And by that sound, you could probably guess it, we have made it back to Traverse Town. So hey, what's going on, gamers? This is Double RPG here, and welcome to another episode of Double RPG's Let's Play with Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2. In today's episode, we're not gonna find ourselves being busy with getting through most of the story here just yet, as we're pretty much gonna be taking this time in this episode to look around the whole town and see how it's all different in terms of like the enemy count and all that stuff. So yeah, this is pretty much a stroll through level, as we're gonna be getting through some battles, and you're just gonna hear me talking a whole lot. Well, I know, well, if you don't like hearing me talk a whole lot, then I'm sorry, there's nothing much I can do, but, you know, I gotta find some way to keep this LP entertaining without, you know, without there being any times of there being dialogue, you know, for this game, or, you know, there being cutscenes. But anyway, let's get on with this episode that's already in progress. But there is one story element that we can do, and we can go over here and we can talk to Yuffie, and she says that Leon is in the underground cavern, and the only way we can get there is to go to the sewer grate that's in the alleyway. But we will go to the alleyway right now, but the only reason why we need to go to the alleyway at this point is there is a Red Trinity right here. This is the first Red Trinity in the game, and this ability is known as Trinity Push, where the three characters, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, will get behind each other. Well, it starts off with Donald, and then Sora, and then Goofy, and they will ram into objects in order for them to open. And opening that treasure chest, we finally get Dalmatian puppies 4, 5, and 6 to return back home to where Pongo and Purdy are located, or Perdita, as you know, as it's officially called in the I guess you could say the Disney Universe's animation stuff that Disney has portrayed or has put in, you know, in their database or whatever. Okay. We're back here in the second district, and we have some new enemies. These are known as Yellow Operas. They are the lightning-type Heartless, or the Heartless that emit thunder-based spells at us. And they will prove to be a little bit of a nuisance at times, but at least they do offer a good amount of experience points after we defeat them, but they shouldn't be that too much trouble. And here is a large body and some blue Rhapsodies as well. And notice that I have the Jungle King Keyblade for Sora right here, and it does raise our attack powers up a little bit, and it's a pretty strong weapon at this point. So let's keep it on us for right now until we find something that's a lot better. Probably the next time we won't find a, you know, probably the next time that we'll find a different Keyblade is when we go to the next Disney World, but that's going to be a while. So we're pretty much going to stick with this. And I really don't mind this Keyblade. I really like how it looks. It looks very jungle-ish, if that's even a word. Anyway, there were some red Nocturnes right there, and Goofy managed to level up, and he learned Tornado. That's a new ability that he can use that makes him having to use one magic point in order for him to jump off, you know, jump into the air and spin around like a tornado at his enemies to get a barrage of hits in. Oh, anyway, here's another new enemy. These are known as Green Requiems. They are the healer types. Basically, when an enemy is low on hit points, they will come over to them and heal their hit points fully. And they are a bigger nuisance than the Yellow Operas, the Blue Rhapsodies, and the Red Nocturnes. Green Requiems are monstrous if you have them constantly healing their allies like that. But they're not as monstrous as they are in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep or the Unversed representation of those Heartless. So yeah, these are a bit more easygoing. But I tell you, the Green Requiems that are represented, you know, as the Unversed in Birth by Sleep or those types, yeah, they are bigger jerks than these. Okay, and we defeated a huge group of large bodies as well, and that managed to give us at least 7 experience points each. And there are, like I said, there are some new things that we can do for this world, but and we can finally do some stuff in the third district since we have Sora, Donald, and Goofy there, since we did not go back there the first time. So yeah, we can finally take a look and see what's all new that we can do for the place. And Sora was using his ice-based spell, and I went ahead and I equipped the Cure spell for Sora, you know, for him to have as a shortcut for him to use in, you know, in battle, in case if we need to hurry up and use it right away. Okay, we're here at the Dalmatian house, and one of the male Dalmatian puppies is telling us how Sora saved them. And they are going to thank Sora for, you know, collecting however many puppies that we find for them. So that way they can keep giving us rewards for, you know, for us helping them out. Getting their dog, you know, getting their own puppies back. Oh, they're so happy. But let's see what we can get inside of this treasure chest, or this box, rather. Okay, Kiraga G, that is a gummy item. And we got another gift. And Fyraga G, that's another gummy item. So, gummy items this time around. And I think there's a total of 10 items that we can obtain in this game, but every time we find 3 boxes of Dalmatian puppies, then we can go back over to the Dalmatian house for Pongo and Perdita to give us some newer treasure or whatever. And there is there's a couple of treasures in particular that are very important for this game. One is a key item, and one is a new magic spell upgrade that we can obtain much later on. But we'll talk about the magic spell upgrades as soon as we get to them. But next time we'll have a magic spell upgrade is when we get to the next Disney World. But I'll tell you about that as soon as we get through almost all of it. Okay, we're going to go here to the 3rd district right now. And we're going to just be fighting around against these Heartless that we're about to face against. And I think we have a new enemy right here. Yes, we do. These are known as air soldiers. The equivalent of the soldiers that are on the ground, but these soldiers can fly in the air, so that's why they're referred to as air soldiers. And I have to tell you, air soldiers are a lot more jerkish than the regular soldiers, because sometimes when you try to hit them, they can be very evasive, and they will just make a mockery out of you. So, yeah, you're just going to have to try to be careful and do the best you can in order to, you know, defeat them. But as long as you have your hit points still intact, and you can use the cure-based spell when you need to, then you should be fine. Ouch! Jerk. Okay, very nice. Okay, we don't need to go inside that abandoned house right now, so... Well, it's not technically abandoned, but that place is going to be used as a special hideout place for us and our friends in Traverse Town who we're, you know, have special acquaintances with. You know, like Leon and Aerith and Yuffie and all them. So, and Sid as well. So, anyway, let's just focus on what else is going on right now. And, yeah, as you can tell, I'm just pretty much going through this through this whole episode today with us just trying to, you know, go through the whole place and showing you what all there is before we go to, before we have to get back on track with this, back on track in terms of story progression. So, yeah. We're just pretty much going to be doing some grinding here, so that way we can have at least a level or 2 to go up before we fight against the boss that's inside this town. Okay, we obtained a new ability for Sora since he leveled up. We obtained the ability of Blitz, and the ability of Blitz will allow us to strike with a really powerful finishing blow, when we're on the ground. So you want to make sure you have that equipped at all times, because that really does come in handy in lending some really powerful death blows and all that. So, yeah, let's keep that on let's keep that on tact with us for the rest of this rest of this game. Okay, there are some shadows right there that we can easily defeat. They are pretty much small fry. But look what we got right here, a Blue Trinity mark. So, yeah, we have a Blue Trinity right here, and we obtained 99 money and a camping set from that little item orb right there. So, yes, got some more dough. We got some more money for us to get in the dough more. Huzzah, guys. And Donald gained a new level, with him increasing his ability points. Very nice. And when Sora leveled up, he obtained a max item increase, so we should be able to carry more items than what he could originally carry from before. And yeah, that's one of the things that you gotta like about this game is the increase in, you know, in the amount of items and accessories that you can hold for your character. It just shows you how much they can grow in terms of status progression. Okay, and since we use the lightning or the thunder base spell on those 2 electric rods that are sticking out of the conductor or whatever, that will allow us to access the electricity inside of Traverse Town. Yeah, so the city's electrical power is back online, so we should be able to get through the Gizmo Shop without any problems. And there are some things that we can obtain in the Gizmo Shop, but we'll go ahead and we'll head back over there now. And actually, can we obtain that postcard that's on the roof there? I think we can. So let's go ahead and bring this over. And we're going to use this box to get on top of the accessory shop and the item synthesis shop, and we're gonna go around this. Place in order to obtain a postcard. And we're gonna have to be careful and try to land on that little area there that we can at least land on. And of course, the platforming might get the best of you, but it doesn't always hurt. It doesn't always hurt to try. I mean, you can wait until much later when you get the high jump ability, but we don't need to worry about that right now. If you can make it the first time, then you won't have to worry about getting the high jump ability later to obtain it. So yes, we have another postcard on us, and there is a couple more that we can obtain inside the Gizmo Shop, and one that we can obtain when we come back to the 3rd district, but we need to be in the balcony, you know, where Donald and Goofy were before they dropped down on Sora and found that he was holding the Keyblade all this time. If you were able to tell from that cutscene when we were still in Traverse Town in the first time. Okay, so we're pretty much going to take this pathway this way, and we're going to go inside the Gizmo Shop, and we're just going to piddle around there. Piddle. Alright, so we just took care of that blue Rhapsody, and we can actually go inside the hotel here, because I think there is an item that we missed out on that was inside the red room, so we're going to go and find it. And of course, you'll find some enemies inside this place, so don't think that you're out of the woods. It's like, you know, it's like everywhere you go, the Heartless are going to be in one place or the other. Yes. There were pretty much some red Nocturnes and blue Rhapsodies inside this place. Okay, so let's go ahead and head inside the red room right now. Oh, some yellow opera is going to give us trouble again. But we pretty much took care of them. And we got some Thunder Shards too, so... Or we got a Thunder Shard, so it's always nice to obtain those synthesis items for the items that we can create a little bit later. But don't worry, I'll show you, I'll show you most of the items that you can synthesize throughout the game. And the strongest item that you can synthesize, which is a new Keyblade for Sora, and the strongest one in the game. But I'll tell you about that much later when we get near the end of this LP. But anyways, let's just leave it at that for now, and I think we're gonna go ahead... Oh, let's come over here and defeat these enemies. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and head inside the Gizmo Shop finally, because there is some stuff that we can finally do now. In terms of, you know, finding a couple of key items, as well as going up on top. Well, it doesn't really have anything in relation to the electricity that we managed to bring back within the town, but... you'll see what I'm talking about. And it doesn't really do anything much. And the roof doesn't really do anything much until we find the story progression. But just beyond the roof of the Gizmo Shop is where we can find this area to where we can go to the 3rd district. You know, that's on the balconies. But we have to go through the roofs of the shops that are on the 2nd district, or the houses or whatever. Anyway, since we're inside the Gizmo Shop here, this is a good place to where you can grind. I'm not kidding. This is a good grinding spot. So, if you are here, if you manage to come through this part, make sure you stay here and make sure you grind your characters like this, because that will help you in, you know, letting your characters grind for the rest of this game. And when we come back here much later, when the Heartless are a lot stronger than what we see right now, then that is where we can, you know, fully grind to our max capabilities within this game. And I'll tell you about it once we, you know, do that much later. But for right now, let's just do some grinding at this moment. And of course, there were some air soldiers, some yellow operas, some green requiems, and some large bodies. So this can take a little bit of time to defeat this whole gauntlet of enemies. I think there's like what equates to 8, 9, or 10 rounds of these enemies that we have to defeat in order for them to stop coming out. And we should be able to get a boatload of experience for that. So it's always nice to, you know, grind your characters like this every once in a while. And of course, there's some more green Requiems, and I usually prefer to take care of the green Requiems first before taking care of any of the other enemies, because if you're going to allow them to live, then most of the time they will heal their allies, and you won't be able to finish them off properly, or finish whatever enemy you're defeating properly. So, green Requiems come first, and then the other enemies, they come last, or come after that. Okay, very nice. And we take care of this last one. I think that is all the enemies that are inside this place. Oh, one more. Glad I managed to find you. Okay, so now we can go around. We can go around this place, and we can look for certain switches that will help activate the Gizmo Shop. We hit this switch, and then we come over here, and we go to the right. Well, there's nothing on the left, so let's go to the right. We hit that switch right here. Oh, crap. Okay, there we go. And then let's go over to the, this part over here. Okay, we officially access the power of the Gizmo Shop. Now, before we leave, we are taking a look at this clock right here, and once it stops, we need to examine it, because we will get a couple of key items for our troubles. Okay, it stopped. And it says that the clock is stuck at 6:54. And we obtained a couple of postcards, so very nice. Now, there is one more postcard that we can obtain since we're, you know, inside this place, or inside Traverse Town, so I'll show you where that is right now. And let's go ahead and just climb up to the top of the Gizmo Shop here. And there are some yellow operas, some green yellow operas, green requiems, some red nocturnes, and blue rhapsodies. So yeah, some magic users on top of the roof of the Gizmo Shop. Indeed. Okay, since we took care of them, let's go ahead and head on further. And the bells that are on the poles there, they do give us a clue to help us find something very special in terms of story progression, which we're going to get into in the next episode. But for right now, it's just an all exploration time to see what all enemies lie here, since this is our second visit. And I know I tend to be repeating myself, but trying to keep things fresh here, folks. So I may not be the brightest when it comes to having a lot to talk about, but at least I do manage to keep it entertaining, don't I? Okay, so, yeah, since we're on the roofs here, you need to be careful that you don't fall off, or else you're going to have to go through the Gizmo Shop again and try to make your way back up here. Now, there is a treasure chest that we can obtain since we're on top of these rooftops here, and if we open this up, we obtain a mithril shard. Very nice. Okay, so, let's go over here, and since we're over here, we're here at the balcony of the 2nd District. Now, whatever you do, do not fall off of the balconies, because they do hold a key item for us. Oh! Come on! Dang gummit! Not happy. Not happy. Oh well, looks like we're gonna have to go back for it anyway, so let's go ahead and head this way, and I would recommend that you stay away from the rest of the enemies, but anyway, it doesn't matter. More good opportunity to grind, right? And as you can tell, I use the Keyblade swing to make sure that the large body doesn't even hit us when it rushes at us, so that way it can be confused there for about 5-10 seconds, and we can land some hits on him. And, well, it could be a she, but we'll refer to them as it, since they don't have any genders. And now that I think about it, do we really need to obtain that item right away? I'm not even sure. We might as well go ahead and head towards the alleyway, since we pretty much have a general, idea what what all the enemies hold within this place. But granted, we did not look through all of the places just yet, as we will go through that. As we will go through the last place that we still have not yet uncovered after we get done with the underground tavern, and having to go back to Sid's shop after that. But I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Actually, I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head back over to the top, and we didn't have any enemies to fight since we're inside here, so at least we got a lucky break. Okay, so Let's go ahead and head back over to the balcony of the 3rd District. Let's climb up the ladder here. And I don't think we have to fight any of those magic-based Heartless that are up here. Hopefully. Yeah. Thank God. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back this way, and we might as well go ahead and obtain that postcard, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back in here. That will lead us to the 3rd District. And I don't think that Heartless is going to give us that much trouble. But if it does, then we'll take care of it. But we need to make sure that we stand in the... What?! There are 4 new air soldiers? And I thought we took care of all of them. Okay, now I'm not going to be a sucker to make Sora jump off of there. We're pretty much going to have to stand right here and have to use magic-based spells, or when the air soldiers come by us, is to unleash our wrath upon them. Die! Thank you. Okay, if we examine right over here, we get a postcard right there. So we have our 8th postcard overall in Traverse Town. Okay, so I think we're finally done with the 3rd District, and I think we can go ahead and we can make our way over to the alleyway to where we can find where Leon is, you know, is hiding at, or what he's doing in the underground cavern, or the secret waterway, or whatever. So, let's go to the alleyway right now, and of course we're going to have some more Heartless to fight over here. But as soon as we make our way to the secret alleyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close off this episode. Since we made some pretty good progress today in seeing what all enemies are being held within this world, you know, since it's our 2nd playthrough, you know, with the new updated stuff that we have to go through and all. So, yeah, let's just see what else is there, and then we will go over to the secret waterway, which is right behind that water grate, or that sewer grate, and we should be able to do a Trinity push there as well. And the Trinity, there are not a whole lot of Trinity pushes, as there are a lot of Trinity jumps. So the different types of Trinities that you find in this game, they are more or less and less than the Trinity jump. But the other type of Trinity ability that has the 2nd most Trinities that we can use within this game is the Trinity Detect, or the White Trinity. And that's saying a whole lot right there. Okay, here is the access way to the secret waterway, and if we use the Trinity push here, we can get access to it. Anyway, gamers, we are now officially done with this episode for today, so I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to close things off here. So next time on Double RPG's Let's Play with Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2, we are going to get back on track with the story progression through Traverse Town on our 2nd visit, and we'll see what is all in store for us. Something tells me we're going to find a keyhole that we need to seal, as well as get into a boss fight before that. But we'll have to see. Anyway, gamers, if you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter with the links in the description. And if you like what you saw, then be sure to rate this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments below to let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Anyway, gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. See you guys then.